So nearly 2 years ago, I started up a series where I would teach you how to understand your chickens better, and I think it's been just about 2 years since I made one of those videos. So in this video, I'm going to provide you with some more information on how you can actually understand what your chickens are saying and how to respond to them. So I am pretty sure you've heard your chickens make this sound before, and it has a quite simple explanation. This is a sign that a chicken is just about ready to lay their eggs. So they're telling the other chickens, hey, I'm about to lay my egg, and this is the box I'm gonna lay it in, stay out of there. Or this could also possibly mean that your chicken is getting ready to lay eggs soon. If you notice that in a chicken that isn't laying eggs, that is typically the case. So typically, you could find that in any chicken. Some chickens make it way more known to like literally everyone in the neighborhood, and some make it known to just themselves and their fellow chickens. My chicken Gray Cloud was a good example of a chicken that would scream, like literally scream when she was about to lay an egg. This is not the egg laying cluck or the other types of clucks that they make. This is just a typical, hey, I'm about to lay my egg pretty soon type cluck, and oh, it's gonna be soon, guys. So yeah, chickens like to alert each other that they're gonna lay eggs, and sometimes they'll even like cluck together. We'll get into that later. Now the original sound that I played for you is actually way quieter, and the reason I boosted it up to maximum volume had a really good reasoning behind it. I wasn't talking about the egg laying cluck, believe it or not. That's no, that's the next one. This one is something a little bit different. This is going to be the one that you need to pay attention to. At the end of the video, I'll show you how to respond to all these 3 clucks. But here's what you need to know about this one. This is the sign that they're telling that there's something over by them. This could be your pet cat. This could be an unidentified object. This could be a hawk. This could be a wolf. This could be anything. This could literally be the inanimate object like a frisbee that's flying through the yard or something that they think is something else. So really, this sound is what they make to tell others, hey, there's something over here, and I'm gonna try to scare it off. If it sounds, typically the egg laying cluck is a little bit quieter. This cluck is trying to get their owners to get out there to do something about it while also keeping themselves safe. I'll tell you one thing, the chickens literally watched their chicken Lovey die and didn't even care. I mean, they probably thought Lovey was just a mid-tier chicken, didn't really matter. Obviously, they make a lot of clucking sound if they saw something else dying, obviously, like their favorite chicken. But for whatever reason, they seem to play favorites with this one. But if all of them are in danger, oh yeah, they'd make the loudest cluck you'll ever hear. Run over there when you see it. Notice how this time the cluck was significantly quieter than the last one? Yeah, there was a good reason behind this one, because this one doesn't mean that bad things are happening. Although, you should definitely give the clucks a listen. It typically has at least a little bit of a difference. This time, a couple more chickens might actually join in when the chicken is laying their eggs. For whatever reason, chickens love being social. I think I've only met 2 or 3 antisocial chickens before, and those 3 were Lovey, Burnt Chicken Tender, and Gray Cloud were the only ones that didn't really want the other chickens to follow along clucking with them. But a lot of the chickens will allow, like, the other chickens for whatever reason start clucking. This is basically their sign saying, hey, I just laid my egg. Or sometimes you might notice they start clucking even before they're laying their egg. That's telling the other chickens I'm switching my box, because you might notice they go into one box, decide, hey, it's not worth it for me, and then decide to go into the next box, stop clucking, and then make that clucking once they lay their eggs. Keep in mind, they will sometimes lay their eggs quieter, but typically this happens when they just lay their eggs. They sit on the egg for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, saying like, oh, I just need to rest for a quick couple minutes, and then they make the clucking sound, letting the other chickens know that they laid their egg and that their job is done. They can now chill out for the rest of the day, which means that yes, they have finally laid their egg. Now, I think it's time that we discuss what you should do when you hear all of these sounds. So let's go over all of them one by one. I believe the first one was the I'm going to lay my eggs soon sound. So basically, what you want to do when you hear this one is tell everyone to avoid the chicken coop, or check if there is going to be a chicken in the chicken coop, because chickens prefer to have a quieter environment when they're laying their eggs. So if there's loud people around or people with treats around, they'd be really tempted to hold off on laying their eggs, and sometimes that might add up over time into the amount of eggs they're laying. And I've even heard some people say that their chickens develop egg-bound symptoms because that they got a little bit too much attention when they're laying eggs, so they get all those eggs backed up, and it's a little bit disgusting. I'd rather not discuss any of the stuff that's related to that in this type of a video. But then the second one, which was the chickens making a predator sound, run out there immediately, regardless of what you hear. If you hear clucking, like even like it's the third one, I'd recommend checking your resources out there. See what they're clucking at, because they could be clucking at anything. They could be literally just clucking because they're laying their eggs. But if it's the second one in this scenario, you want to run outside and start making some sound. You can, about like maybe 10 minutes afterward or 5 minutes afterward, you want to make sure you're making some sound for a couple minutes to scare the thing off a little bit, and quickly run outside. This is optional, by the way. Quickly run outside, grab a nice little speaker and play some extremely loud sounds, and there you go. You can keep it away for a little while. Even other things might stay away. That is the one ultimate thing I would use to keep predators away, if of course I could get my hands on a massive Bluetooth speaker and blast some extremely loud bass boosted sound effects. So that would scare anything away from the area. And also the last one, which is just the egg laying cluck. If you hear that, go into the chicken coop and check for eggs, especially if you haven't checked all day. And also, if you happen to be watching this far in the video, be sure to comment on the number 103, specifically the number 103, 103, so that way I know for a fact that you watched the whole video. And also, be sure to click the video on the screen right now. Don't click off the video just yet. Be sure to click on the video to show a little bit of support. It's fine if you don't want to. Oh my god, but it's okay. But you can change your mind, I don't know.